Hello everybody, Fred Lam here from iPro Academy, and in this video training, I'm going to show you where the money is. And I can tell you for a fact that money is in your emails. Let me repeat that again. The money is in your emails. So in this video training, I'm actually going to show you and teach you everything you need to know about emails. Now, what you'll learn in this video training is I want to invite you to my world on how I see emails in my perspective. Now, after that, I'm going to show you and actually draw out how email makes the highest ROI, so return on investment, by far in the online industry. Then, I'm going to show you the W5 for a successful email campaign. Now, you might be wondering, what am I talking about? What W5? Well, in this video training, I'm going to share with you the W5 that I use for my successful email campaigns, and that you can actually start copying what I use on a daily basis to make a tremendous amount of money for both my e-commerce business and my digital business. Now, the fourth thing and the last thing that I'm going to show you is the number one factor to have a high quality email list. Now, when it comes to email, yes, a lot of people say the more emails you have, the more money you make. But at the same time, if you have a very high quality email list with a smaller email list compared to other people, you may actually make a lot more money if you have this number one factor in place and you fully understand on how you can maximize this number one factor. And I'm going to share with you today on what this number one factor is going to be. So right now, I actually want to invite you to my world on how I see emails. Now, emails is the number one form of communication between you and your customers. Now, obviously, if you have a retail shop or if you have a local business, obviously customers come into your shop, they walk in and you can greet them and you can actually have a conversation with them and start communicating with them. Now, in terms of dealership, if you are a salesman selling a car, selling insurance, doing MLM business, obviously the number one form of communication for you and that customer is going to be phone numbers, right? You can actually pick up the phone and call up those customers. But when it comes to an online business, obviously people feel a little bit awkward if you just randomly call them because they expect that everything is online. So the number one way for you to really communicate with your customers is really emails. So that's why emails is the number one asset to any online business. Now, emails also generates instant short-term revenue and also long-term revenue. Now, when it comes to the long-term revenue, many people ignores this, especially when you first start internet marketing. When you first start building your online business, a lot of people never really looked at the long-term revenue. They actually just see how well their opt-in page convert and how well their thank you page converts, or how well the first several emails that goes out convert in their autoresponder. But to be really honest with you, emails is not just a short-term income generator. It's actually a long-term revenue generator. Because when a person opts into your email database, you have them for life. Unless if they unsubscribe, that's a different story. But if they have been following you and opening up your emails, over time, you start building a bigger database and a bigger following. And when you start promoting offers to that database, let's say 6 months from now or a year from now, and they're still opening up your emails, still clicking on the links, and still buying, that's where all the revenue and all the net profit comes into play. But a lot of people actually ignore this. And I actually want to invite you to start looking at emails, not just a short-term revenue generator, but a long-term revenue generator. Now, the third thing, the most important thing, is that emails is equal to money. Now, you might be wondering, well, how am I able to make money through emails? Well, guess what? people starts following you and start listening to you and start opening your emails and reading your emails and clicking on your emails. And at that point, guess what? You can promote your own products. You can promote an affiliate product. So over time, people will actually listen to your content, read up what you have. You may have a video to give them away some really good information, and they start to build the trust in you. And when you start promoting other offers, like your own offers or an affiliate products, when people buy, you make money. And that's how you start making money in the long-term run, is to promote more of your own products and affiliate products. So email is not just an email address, @whatever.com, at gmail.com, whatever name at yahoo.com, sitting in a database. That's actually a gold mine. The more emails you have, the better quality list you have, the more money that you're going to make. Now, next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is how email makes the highest return on investment for your online business. Now, for some of you that actually never thought of how email marketing works, how email really makes money, I actually wanted to spend a couple minutes here to actually be on the same page with you all, so you all know and understand how email makes money. And I'm then going to show you why email makes the highest return on investment for your online business. So I'm actually going to open up my digital whiteboard right now. So as you guys can see, I'm using my digital whiteboard, and I'm going to talk about how email makes money. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So whatever you do, okay, and every single email marketing expert will actually tell you the same thing. Always create an opt-in page to actually ask for the person's email address. Now, this opt-in page can actually give away something for free, like a free report or a free ebook. Okay, I'm just going to say free book for now. And obviously, if you start sending traffic to this opt-in page, so I'm just going to say traffic. All right, so whatever traffic you can think of, obviously in iPro Academy, I keep talking about traffic, but now I'm going to show you how email actually makes money with traffic. So when you start sending traffic to the opt-in page, all right, this is an opt-in page, so you can ask people for an email address, and when they actually give you their email address, they are added into a database, okay? They are added into a database. It can be Aweber, it can be SendLane, it can be MailChimp, whatever email database you use. So this actually stores all the emails of your prospects and your customers. Now, over time, with this email database, you can start sending them emails, right? You can start writing them emails. You can write whatever emails you want. And you want to actually send them really good content and also promote offers. So let's say that this email is specifically about promoting a specific affiliate offer. Okay, affiliate offer. And when someone clicks on that email, go to this affiliate offer and actually purchase that transaction, that money is actually given right to your bank. Okay, it's gonna go right into your bank. So obviously, I was trying to draw a bank, but I don't know how to draw a bank. So I'm just going to use boxes. So that's how you start making money with emails. Okay. Now, I can tell you for a fact that every single marketer online will tell you this same thing. For every single email address that you own, for every single email address you own is equal to $1 per month in sales. $1 per month. So let's say in this example, if you start to have generating 1,000 email addresses in your database, so typically if you nurture this list properly, that will equal to $1,000 a month. And then that means you will have generated $12,000 per year by simply having just 1,000 people in your database. That's it. And that's how email makes money, because you start sending them and promoting your offers or an affiliate offer to these people. Now, that's how email marketing works, and that's how email marketing makes money. Now, you might be wondering, well, Fred, you mentioned earlier that email marketing has the highest return on investment. How does it work? All right, so let me draw that out. So I'm going to say how emails make the highest ROI. Highest ROI. So let's say that your opt-in page, okay, remember that opt-in page, the page that you give away a free, something for free in exchange for an email address? All right, let's say that this opt-in page converts at 50%, okay? So what that means is that for every 2 people that goes to this opt-in page, you get 1 email address, okay? And that means that in this case, if you start sending traffic, and let's say if you're buying this traffic, regardless if it's solo ads, Facebook, Google, Bing, or whatever, and it costs you 50 cents, okay, to actually acquire that click. So a person clicking on the ad. And if you need to have 1 email address, that means that at a 50% conversion rate, that means that 2 clicks multiply by 50% opt-in is equal to 1 email address, okay? And you paid basically 50 cents per click. Now, if you multiply that by 2 clicks, that's equal to $1, okay? So you made $1, you spend $1 to actually acquire that email address. Now, again, like earlier I've said, for every single email address that's in your database, you make $1 a month. So initially, in month number one, you make $1 back. So you invested $1, okay, and you made $1 back. And over the course of 12 months, okay, 12 months, in month 12, you should actually make $12 back. Because, again, like all marketer shows you, that for every single email address you have in your database, you make $1 a month. So over the course of 12 months, you actually make $12 in sales. And guess what? Again, you invested $1 to make that $12 back. So that's why email is the highest form of return on investment. And this doesn't stop at month 12. If this person keeps continue to read your emails, open up your emails, and click on it, this number will just keep skyrocketing at the same time. It can even go up to like $30. It can go up to $40 because these people are still in your database. And you've only spent $1 to get that email address, and it paid for itself in month 1. That means that starting in month 2 and onwards, as long as they still open your emails, you make an instant ROI. And the more they are into your emails, the more emails they open, the more they click into your email, the more products they buy. Obviously, your ROI percentage will keep going up dramatically. So that's why emails is the highest return on investment. In fact, again, you only paid in the initial, right, in the beginning, to actually pay for that email address. You bought traffic to get that email address, and over time, you will keep making your money back. So that's how, and that's why email makes the highest return on investment for your online business. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you guys is the W5 to a successful email campaign. Now, you might be wondering, well, Fred, what are you talking about W5? Well, the first thing is who, what, when, where, and why. Now, let me explain this in detail for you guys. So, the first W, who. Who is actually the simplest out of the W5. So, out of the 5 W's, the who is the simplest. And if you are the face of the brand or product, you use your own name in your from field. So just like myself, you guys received an email straight from Fred Lam because I am the brand, I am the face of iPro Academy. And Fred Lam is the person that you guys actually want to see in your subject line and open that email. So in your case, if you are Bob, okay, you're using Bob as the face of the company, you always want to send out your email with the from field with the name Bob. Now, obviously, adding in a last name will be great because it will differentiate yourself with other people. There might be multiple Bobs that people signs up to. All right, so that who is very easy. It's just use your own name. Now, for digital products, this is actually the number one rule, is to always use your own name in your from field. Now, for those of you who are uncomfortable of using your real name, you can use a pen name. But obviously, please stick with that pen name for the brand, okay? So when you start using a name for the brand, the face of the brand, keep it for the brand. Now, for e-commerce, it's actually a little bit different. You don't really want to use e-commerce. You don't really want to use your name for your e-commerce store. You actually want to use the store's name. So let's say, obviously, if you receive an email from Starbucks, you're not going to hear from the CEO of Starbucks. You're not going to have his name from the from field. It's going to be straight up from Starbucks. From Walmart, same thing. If you sign up for Walmart's weekly flyer or information or whatever, it's going to be from Walmart because that's the face of the brand. It's the name. So e-commerce is a little bit different when it comes to who. Now, there are specific case study scenarios where you can actually tie a name to an e-commerce store, which if you are the inventor of the company, you're the face of the brand. Let's say if you sell a very unique piece of software, obviously at that point, you can use your name. So if you actually have a specific invention of a pillow, or like an amazing pillow or whatever, I'm just making this up, and you are the inventor of the product, obviously at that point, then you can use your name. But all in all, e-commerce stores, you would always want to use your store's name because people bought from your e-commerce store, they will remember what your brand name is going to be, and when they see that brand name in the from line, then they're going to open the email address, email that you sent out. Now, the next one is what. So the first question that you must ask yourself before you send out a single email is, what's in it for me? Now, I'm not talking about what's in it for you. I'm talking about what's in it for your prospect and your customers. So you need to be in the shoes of your customers and prospects. So when they actually see the email, they will always ask the same question. What's in it for me? Right? Why should I open the email? And why should I actually read your email or go to the link that you are asking me to go to? So you really need to answer that question. And in any marketing, even marketing 101, the first thing that needs to be taught is what's in it for me. If you are able to answer that question, then obviously people will open your emails and start clicking on the links inside the email copy that you send out. Now, there are different ways that you can answer what's in it for me. Are you offering a discount to your store? Are you giving a free gift? Are you giving a free training? Are you giving some content-rich information? Are you giving a video for people to learn something? So if you can answer the question in a consumer perspective of what's in it for me, then your email will work really, really, really well. Now, the third W is when. So when it comes to when, it's really when you should mail your email list and at what time. Now, I have numerous conversations with the CEO of Sandling, Jimmy Kim. He is by far the leading expert when it comes to email. I go to him to ask about email information as well. And it clearly shows, after having numerous conversations with him and even testing by myself and even testing that he did and that the networks that he's in that have tested, is that digital publishing industry versus the e-commerce industry, the when is very, very different. So Jimmy also advised, and based on my testing and following, the when schedule works the best. So for digital publishing, Monday to Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Time works the best, okay? And it absolutely works the best. Now, when it comes to Saturday, you should never, ever, ever send any emails on Saturday unless if it is a must. Now, what I mean by a must is that if you have a very specific event that's happening on a Sunday or a very specific event that's happening on a Saturday, or if there's something that's you want to create urgency, for example, if a sale is closing on a Saturday, then obviously then at that point you can send an email on Saturday. But all in all, we advise you, or I advise you, or even Jimmy would advise you, never send an email out on a Saturday because open rate and click-through rate tends to be a lot lower. Now, when it comes to Sunday, you actually want to send this out at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, okay? Not too early and not too late, because at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, it's really 9 a.m. Pacific Time, and 12 p.m. Eastern Time, people are already finished with the day. They may have finished going to church. They may have finished spending time with their family in the morning, so they have some time to really check emails. So Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time works the best. Now, when it comes to e-commerce, like I said earlier, the when schedule is different, okay? For e-commerce, Monday to Thursday, you can actually send out an email at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., okay? This time window works the best. You don't have to send it early in the morning, okay? In some cases, for my e-commerce store, I send them at 10 a.m. And it's proven that e-commerce, people actually check these emails later, okay? Because again, these are either a sale email or they're actually a discounted email or a new product email, etc., etc. So people tend to actually see these emails a little bit later, okay? Now for Saturday, again, never send them out unless if it's a must. So again, if you have a specific sale that's happening, that's ending on a Sunday, then obviously at that point, you can send out an email on a Saturday. But try not to actually send an email out on a Saturday. Again, it's proven to have lower open rate and lower click-through rate. Now, Sunday, same rule applies. 12 p.m. Eastern Time works the best on Sunday. It's not too late, it's not too early at the same time. Now, the fourth one is going to be where. So where is another very easy one to really accomplish. So you have to answer your this question. Where do you want your prospects or customers to go when you drop the link or call to action? Okay, so write in the email, if you drop a link, a hyperlink inside the email, where do you want them to go to? Is it a sales page? Is it an opt-in page? Is it a registration page? Is it a video page? So whatever page it is, you got to make sure that you send them somewhere. Okay, that's very, very important. And the number rule of thumb is to always drop a link in your emails that you send out. You want to maximize every single email that you send to your database and maximize every single traffic there is. And in fact, by dropping a link, it's going to be great. The SMTP loves these links. If you send an email broadcast without a link, it actually hurts your spam score at the same time. So make sure you always drop a link in your emails. It can be linking to your Facebook page. It can be linking to your blog or whatever. So you always want to drop a link. So answer, where are you sending these customers and prospects when they're seeing the email? Now, the last one is why, okay? With why, this is a question you should ask yourself. Why am I sending out this email, okay? What is the purpose and the goal of this email? Are you asking for a sale? Are you asking someone to sign up for something? Or you just want to give content to build a relationship, okay? You don't randomly send out an email to your database. You always have a goal and a purpose. And if you have that in mind, then it's very easy for you to write your email copy and for your list, for your email subscribers to understand what you want them to do, okay? What you want them to do. Now, we've talked about the W5. And whenever you go through whenever you are ready to send an email, I would ask you to actually look at the W5 again to see if you answered all those questions. If you did, you will have a way better email campaign than anyone else. Now, we've talked about the W5. Now I'm going to talk about the number one factor to a high quality list, which is relationship. Building a genuine relationship between yourself and your email list is the key to getting a very high responsive email database and also to make the most money. Now, at the end of the day, quantity doesn't surpass quality when it comes to making money. Okay? You can have a small email database and make a lot more money than people that have 5 times, 10 times, or 100 times your database list size. Why? Because you nurtured a relationship with your audience, with your subscribers. It's just like me building a relationship with you guys. Right now, for many of you, you guys have been following me for more than a year now. We've built a relationship. You know who I am. You know more about me. And you know that I'm genuine. I basically say the truth. And I flat out just give you guys training. So we built a trust between each other. So whenever I send them an email, you would open it and read it because you gain value from it. So we really built a relationship over time. So if you have the same ability to actually build that relationship with your list, then it's not about quantity anymore. It's already about quality. Like for me right now, I have a very small list size compared to other industry leading experts in the internet marketing world that are teaching about internet marketing. But I'm still able to always get into the top 10 leaderboards because of my relationship with my list. And if you really build a solid relationship with your list, you will make a lot of money because these people trust you. These people know of you. These people hear your recommendation. They look up to you. You are an authority figure. That's how they look at you. And once you build that relationship, and over time, okay, when you start building a high quality and a massive email list, that's where all the revenue comes into play. That's where you make a lot of money with your email list. But again, it all starts with the relationship. If you basically are a very genuine person, giving away a lot of content, you are really caring about your subscribers, they will know. And the more you do it, the more they trust in you, the more they will listen to your recommendation, the more products they will buy from you. So that's how you really build and nurture your list. It's really building the relationship. So that's really it in my perspective of email. So some action item for you guys, some key takeaway is focus on building your email list. Okay? This is the number one asset that you really need to build. Always ask for an email address. Regardless if you have a digital business or an e-commerce business, try to always ask for people's email address. And whenever you send an email out, and before you send that email out, answer the W5, okay? The who, what, when, where, why. Answer those 5. If you're able to answer those 5, then you check it off and you can send off that email, all right? So I hope that you learn a tremendous amount of stuff in my perspective of how email is really, the money is actually in the list and in your emails. And for those of you who do not have an email list yet, who are wondering, well, Fred, okay, now I know the importance of email. I don't know anything about opt-in page. I don't know anything about how to capture people's email address. Well, guess what? In the upcoming weeks, we're going to shift ourselves and we're going to talk about list building and digital publishing. So be sure to actually stay tuned to my emails. If you're not in my email database, there's got to be a sign up to my email list somewhere on this page, or go to www.iproacademy.com, put in your email address, or subscribe to my Facebook page or my YouTube page. So whenever I have anything of these new content and everything, I will post it online right away so you guys get the latest information right away. So for those of you who are very eager to really start finding out how to build an email list, how to start nurturing your list, how to start creating opt-in pages and everything, stay tuned to my email address. I have a lot of training coming up in the next several weeks that's all about digital publishing and building your email list. All right, so stay tuned. Be sure to check your email inbox. I'll see you guys in the next video training. Oh, also, before we leave, put a comment below. Tell me if you like this video or not. And it really encourages me when I see a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of shares, because that's how it motivates me to create more of these amazing video trainings for you all. All right, till next time, I'll see you guys soon.